Folks, welcome to Monday. It's another day, it's another week, and I'm here building a business that suits my lifestyle. Now, if you are new here, my name's Chris, and how you doing? Thanks for being here. This is year number 5 since starting this journey, and over the last couple of weeks, we actually just moved into my warehouse. We've been working very hard to get to this point, and it's been a crazy journey to get here. And yeah, if you're just catching up, we've come from starting at home, moving into storage units, and then we finally moved into a warehouse, which is all part of a bigger plan of me building a business that's, over the next 10 years. This is year 5 of that 10-year plan. It's going to look a little different to how maybe you do reselling and maybe how you would do things that you do, which is fine because we're all doing these things in a way that makes sense for us or how we feel comfortable, or maybe just because that's how we choose to do business. And that's okay. If you're here, whether it's a full-timer, whether you're a part-timer, I'd love to have you say hi in the comments down below. And this week, we still have a lot to do. So over the last couple of weeks, we've been building this out. Last week, we actually got the pallet racking, and that's kind of like, it's just a weird thing to comprehend because I never thought this is what I would be doing. And I never thought I'd be doing clothing either. In here, we have over 5,000 pieces of clothing, which again, blows my mind because I never expected that this is where we would be when I first started this business. And this is all this stuff here. It's all unlisted stock that's listed. That's all unlisted stock. We have so many things going on and I have so much work I need to do, but I'm excited to see where we can take this business. So come along for a ride. I'll be documenting this week what it looks like, the decisions I'm making, why I'm doing it, the things I've got to do to help us level up. And really my current goal is to really just scale the business in the next 90 days. Because we've been busy to get all this set up. So now it's time to reap the rewards of that and see what we can do. So this week, the priority is getting straight into it, folks, getting straight into it. This little bad boy is getting picked up. He was here for a demo unit. So I've got to finish using this today just to shuffle a few things around. I picked up a deal on Friday. We've got this I've got to sort through. I actually got another deal, which came through on Sunday. It's just so many things, so many great things. I'm very, very grateful. It might be a bit dark in here, I do apologize. We picked up another deal on Sunday. I've got to sort through all that. And yeah, we still have to clean out all this office. There's so many things to do. This is the postage station we set up last week. But my main thing after doing this and doing the sorts is once that's certified, which happens this week, we'll be moving things there. But in here is my electronics section, and this is where my most revenue is sitting at the moment. Untapped revenue, because I really just need to get into it. So my goal this week is to get that all set up, and we'll be kicking off a new managed service business that I'm taking over. Hopefully, I don't know if it'll be the end of this week, it might be the start of next week, and all of this is going to change as well. So we have a lot of things to do. I'm just going to get set up, get myself into a position to just do what I got to do today, and I'll bring you along for the ride. Of course, there's posting and picking that we got to do, but most of all, I just got to quickly handle all this. So let's get cracking, folks. And if you do have any questions, comments along the way, chuck them down below and I'll do my best to get back to you either in the comments or I'll answer them in next week's video. So let's do it. All right, I'm just getting started on this stuff, and I just wanted to kind of recap from last week, actually, just really quickly. So last week we had a pretty low week. We ended up doing about $5,500. Current baseline I need to be hitting is 6,000, and average, really, I want to be doing top line of 7. But we pushed through. We had a little bit of a rebuild there on the weekend, but that's obviously on the top of mind, which is causing me a little bit of, it's a bit nerve-wracking when you just go do all this, take a big bet, and in the short term things don't seem all that viable, but that's part of the game, and I'm still betting this on the long run, so I'll keep charging forward. Otherwise, sales have been pretty slow, right, as I said, but I'm excited to give myself the opportunity to grow. And one thing that I wanted to play back to everyone is, because I've been seeing, I've been talking about it as well, I've been seeing a lot over the social media, I've been seeing other people talking about it, that it has been very quiet. And what do we do when it's very quiet? The best thing that you can do is continue to move forward. Of course, sometimes it's going to be volatile in terms of customers don't want to buy. Maybe there's different trends. Maybe the products you're doing aren't relevant for this point in time. But if you know things have worked in the past, you have to continuously refine that and move forward. Just because you have 1 day, 1 week, 1 month of down doesn't mean that that's the difference. I mean, that's what your life is going to be going forward. So you have to continuously be on the forefront of ensuring that you're keeping yourself honest. In terms of weekend sales and all that jazz, I'll show you this now, just so I can get it off my head. We've only got 35 orders. There's probably about 45 items in that, a couple of multi-quantity. We're back down on 85,340. To give you some perspective, 2 weeks ago, we were on 90,500. We've dropped $5,000 in 2 weeks in terms of not being able to keep that momentum. Sometimes that's outliers of products, but sometimes it's just the roller coaster waves of eBay, which, it really does cause a little bit of an emotional wave of questioning everything versus what have I done versus is like, hey, I'm excited to do this. So it is all over the place. But that's that. I'm going to get started on this, and I just wanted to talk about that because it is fresh on my mind, and I think it's fresh on other people's minds as well. So if you are feeling it, if you are feeling the squeeze, hold in there, see what you can do. Make sure you check things in terms of making sure you are listing, making sure you're fixing your listings, making sure that you are being consistent, making sure that you're continuing to be a top-rated seller, all those different things, right? None of that changes. You got to continuously keep doing that, right? And the number one thing that you can do that's going to help your business grow is keep customers happy, and that might mean selling them really good products, selling them products that are at a really good price that you still make a profit on, but also making sure that they're satisfied, that they're happy. Because if you have bad feedback, if you have customers not wanting to buy your stuff, or if you have customers, coming in but then leaving your store, all of that's going to impact your, sellability on eBay. That's the truth. All right, let's get into it. Working with here, pivoting it into here is quite difficult because of the long beams. This is ideally not what I would be doing every time, but it's just to make space, I guess. I ended up just putting them down here evenly. I wanted him to be down here, but the more I thought about it, it's just going to get actually a bit too confusing. So just brought them over here, unloaded them, which obviously makes it a little bit easier. Let's go for a little ride. All right, that's it, folks. On to the next thing. I'm going to actually, just to make a little bit of space, just do a little bit more shuffling. I've got my washing coming back at about 9:30, so I've got about an hour and a half. Might actually put a few things under here. I think it's going to be okay if I just put the rollers under here for now, just to make some space on the other side. And when they come and do the inspection here, I think it shouldn't be any of an issue. So let's do that. Did you miss me? So we actually made this so that it was perfectly going to fit, as you can see. We'll change this up a little bit. I need to get all the same types of racks, but it does make a lot more space. And bam, there we go. So I think in the long run, the way we're going to do this is, because some of this is market stuff and it doesn't sit on there. So at the moment, there's a lot of double handling of just shuffling things around. But in the long run, in that back corner, we're probably going to do some mounting in here so we can hang this way. And that means we can actually get rid of the ones that don't need the rollers. But then we can still have the rollers out here if we need to. but I really want to make sure I've got nothing encroaching out, because if I'm going to be putting stuff up there, I don't want to have things that are going to get knocked. However, there is the opportunity to, you can kind of just do one big row as well. So, but I think this way is going to be better. We'll end up fitting more in. So that is the plan, and we can potentially, depending how we set it up, we could actually do 2 levels. Like you can see here, you could do it and then do a lower, do a higher, do a lower, anyway, there's no sense of urgency on that. Really, the intention of moving all that was so that we free up space down here, so much space, because we'll be setting up the next photo station here. We'll have a photo station here, and then all this stuff will be sorted here. So everything's got to move down a bit, but for now, I just wanted to give the space here because I'm going to sort more clothing here today. So just making space. I'm trying to avoid as long as possible until we're 100% fully operational and we have workflows and we'll change processes. I'm trying to keep all of this as much clear as possible so we don't have to clean up and we can just come in and execute. That's really what I want to be able to do, is just get the reps in, because we're so behind on sales and stuff. And that's because we haven't been able to get as much listings up because we've been doing the move. So this should help cater for that. All right, the next thing that we're getting started on is I'm going to sort all this stuff. This has come from one of my regular suppliers. We usually do this weekly. I think this is the first one for the year actually. Second one maybe? Second? I don't know. And this is usually just clothes and bits and bobs. Can be anything from new with tags, can be women's, men's, kids, shoes, hats. Sometimes there's toys, sometimes there's electronics, a little bit of everything. It hasn't been checked. It's kind of like just extra stuff that's come through. They palm it off to me. We work out a deal, and we go from there. So I try to sort this as soon as possible so I can get it back, and we can just get it back into the system as quick as possible. Otherwise, it's just lying around. So what have we got? We've got things such as these look like snow pants. We've got a Top Gun. That's funny. That's a Top Gun dress up, which I actually have one of those in the car. What else we got here? We've got a whole bunch of different things. So I'm just going to quickly go through this, see if there's anything worth my time. Sometimes it's not, and then what happens is this just gets redonated back to some local hospitals for those that potentially would need it. So let's have a sticky bag and see what we got. All right, we're making some really good progress. There's some really good stuff in here, stuff that I didn't know about, and it's a great way to learn. Just going through the last bag now. There's shoes and bags and everything in this. So we'll see what we pull out. Some of it's nothing, some of it's not too bad at all. So let's see. All right, we are done. We've got some cool stuff here. We've got some cricket stuff. We've got some shorts over there. We've got just normal jackets. I'm just going through this and putting it into the categories now, but some really cool stuff, some really low end stuff as well, but good bread and butter, but some really interesting, like this. I just looked up and this one's not too bad, but I think it's not really the best condition. I was just looking at comps, and some of them gone for like, geez, $69. So yeah, maybe. It just doesn't seem that good, but apparently it's sought after. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to get this all sorted, and then it will almost be time for washing pickup and drop off. All right, washing is back. These are all jackets, shackets, and everything in between. Sweet. All right, folks, it's been a little bit. Had a client phone call, and now just setting up some charging stations just as a bit of a temp so I can have this happening while I'm going to go do the post, because I really want to start photoing this. Obviously this all still has to change, but hey, we've got to do what we've got to do. Let's do it. We've got lots of iPhones, Samsungs, cameras, iPads. Yeah. All right, I've just done a pick, and we've got all of this goes over to there. Got all of this, and this, and this. So yeah, it was actually probably, if I do the import, it's probably going to be, might actually be 60 items or so. Let's see. Let's do the import. We have a total of 55 orders. There we go. Alright folks, just made this little table, finishing off some phones, and then I've got to go sort some more clothing, but I'm just trying to get ahead so that these will be ready for photography tomorrow. I might be able to get some of these bundles done, but I do need to do the clothing from the deal I picked up yesterday as well, so yes. Alright folks, it's been a while. I've been going through all of this stuff, the bags that I picked up over the weekend. There's some just incredible things in here, stuff which is just totally like wow condition, and a lot of dead stock, really good quality of stuff, a lot of different brands, a lot of Y2K, this stuff as well. We've got lots of jeans, some Canterbury, some Planet Earth stuff, like just incredible. Some Supreme, like just some of this I couldn't even believe, to be honest. Like there's some Tommies in here which give me a second, there's some Tommies in here that look so good. They're from 2000, and they're dead stock, and they still have the tags on them. Like this is incredible. Look at this, beautiful paper tags, and it's got the date of them for August 2000. Like this is just incredible condition. Just goes to show there's stuff out there. There we go. Wow, crazy stuff. Anyway, it's 4:11. I'm going to start packing up, but yeah, this is really good stuff. Alright folks, that is a wrap. It's 4:20, just continuing to finalize all this. Got to work out the deal with the fella that I'm buying it all off. It all seems pretty good to me, pretty crazy. We didn't actually get to the phones today, but we have now got them in a position for tomorrow to just proceed onwards into bundles. They're all been done. Those two will be tested in the morning. They've been done, and then I've still got obviously all of this to go through, but that's the quick win. So we'll photo them tomorrow, get them listed tomorrow. Going to start to work through this stuff as well, ideally. Got to go drop the post off now, and that is a wrap. Monday done. The walkie stacker never got picked up. It turns out that they're just going to give me a message in advance of when they're coming sometime this week. But good news is the one that I'm actually getting, because this is the demo unit, is meant to be coming as early as Thursday, so good stuff. All right, we'll be back here tomorrow, do it all again. Ciao. Woo! Welcome to Tuesday, folks. It's another day. We're back at it again. I just want to say a big thank you to each and every single one of you that has been watching the videos, commenting on the videos. We've got a whole bunch of new subscribers, so yo, what's up? I do appreciate it. The love and the encouragement and support has been, it's been like no other, and it really does mean the world to me, because it helps me stay motivated. And one of my goals when I was well, way before I started doing this, even back when I was working for someone else, I've always had this ambition and dream as a life mission to inspire others to aspire further in their own lives by the things that I do, and to bring happiness and kindness through all that I do. And that can be hard, because sometimes things don't go as planned. And at the moment, it's sales are still down. Like it's really frustrating, but we did do a big photo day yesterday, so hopefully with a bit of a ramp back up to the store, we'll start to see a bit more traffic come through. But it seems to be what most people are talking about, as I mentioned yesterday. So we just gotta stick it through, ride it through the tunnel, and aim for that light at the end. So today's goal, it's a 7-Eleven in the morning, 7-Eleven. Heading in early, just trying to get ahead, just trying to get things done, because there's still lots of things that I'm trying to do at the same time, but giving myself the space and time to be able to do it. So obviously we'll have a pick, pack and post today. My priority today is I need to do a couple of admin items for start of month. So I've got to send out consignment payments, send out their their details in terms of how much they've been paying out for consignments. I need to do a little bit more listings. I've done 25 already, so I'll do the rest of those at the shop. And I need to get ahead with photos. I need to basically finalize those phones today, hopefully get onto some MacBooks, really some, you know, higher dollar revenue generating. So I've got a customer that comes through and purchase majority of all this. Usually they spend anywhere between $500 to $750 in a week when I list all those items. So really counting on that at this point, because I need some cash flow, because, you know, we're in the we're in the negatives. But you know, the one thing that I'm finding easier to get comfortable with is the dips and the investment and working to pay it off, because last month, February 2025, was the first month in 5 years that I had a negative month, and that was because I took the next level risk of investing into, you know, into this warehouse. So if I can get the next couple of weeks right, get things set up, I think we should be able to zoom forward pretty safely. Of course, there's going to be plenty of bumps, and there's lots of things that I'm working on which, you know, I'm kind of betting on that they come to life, but sometimes that can be very scary until they do come to life. Anyway, so yeah, focus today is really just continue to get as much photos done as possible of non-clothing items. I don't have my photographer back until Thursday. We did end up purchasing all that clothes yesterday, so I'll probably go through that, get that ready for the photographer. We've got washing coming back on Thursday. There's so many things going on. Walkie stacker comes this week, the new one. I've got to make a phone call to my vendor about, vendor/client as well, taking over their business, to work out what date that's kicking off from. I think it's going to be from next week at this rate. Might be as early as this week. So lots of little moving pieces. Come along for the ride. And again, if you've got questions, chuck them down below. I did have a question come through already, so I will be answering that. Yeah, let's get into it. Got a cheeky St. Ellie coffee as well. It's going to be 31 degrees today. Hot one. Woo! I'm so excited, so happy, and at the same time I'm jittery inside because I'm a little nervous. Anyway, let's get it. All right, we're here. I just had a moment, and I've actually got goosebumps. I don't know if you can see it, but I walked in and I just had the moment of realization that I'm in a warehouse. It's finally hitting me. Like, look at the goosebumps. Like, just, all right, we're doing this. Like, and last week I was talking about it, kind of didn't really feel like it hasn't clicked, but walking in and, you know, just kind of going through this POV experience. So like, you know, just like, it is kind of surreal. Like, I'm trying to share this in a most transparent, like, honest way of, like, obviously I'm super proud of achieving this, but man, it keeps me honest because there's so many things that, you know, makes me think about, but it also inspires me of, like, all the different things that is going to be possible with all of this. So just the big moment of, yeah, wow. So quick little thing that I'll take you all through. So all of this clothing, it was a win. We will be starting to process this ASAP. I'm probably actually going to get the photographer to work on this from Thursday, just because there's some high value stuff there, and, well, you know me, need some more money. We also need to process all of this. There's 750 items here. This is from one of my suppliers, and you know, I got that. I probably had that sitting there for 3 weeks, 4 weeks already. Actually, it has been 30 days. So that's obviously a bad on my side, but it was just timing. So we've got lots of stock, get that processed. I've obviously got to do this today. There's all that. There is the MacBooks in there as well. There's some iPads. So we're going to continue to work through that. And I also, the other thing that I've got to do is I've got to do I've got to do another post order because we ran out of large boxes. My postie gave me some yesterday, but I've got to go through, see what else we need, just do a quick little check on that. Yeah, so many things. I'm just going to grab my stool, but I love it. It's so good. It's so good to be here. I'm a happy man. We also need to set up the photo booth number 2. My second photographer is back after the 15th. So yeah, just want to show you guys something really quickly. This is one of the jackets from a nice little Quicksilver jacket that we got out of that lot yesterday. Really cool, actually. Very nice little jacket. It's not exactly little, but there's some really cool stuff in here. Like, just thinking about it yesterday, like even this one, like this thing is just wild. There's some really cool stuff in here. So we'll be working through all of that this week. I'm just in a very nice moment right now where I'm just feeling very grateful for being able to be here, and also just thinking about the time ahead. Sorry, you know what's ahead of us as well. I do love everything on wheels in this warehouse as well. All right, I'm going to do some admins, do some work, and I'll check in shortly. Oh, actually, one thing I didn't tell you was we set up the coffee machine yesterday. So it's just a little espresso machine, does wonders. When I have one a little later, I'll show you. Still need to bring the fridge here, need to clean up all this, got to get a microwave, all those different things, but you know, priorities. All right, let's do some work. So one of the questions that I get all the time is, how do my consignments work? Now, basically, the short of it is, once we've agreed to terms or whatever, my offering is usually after fees and postage, it's 50% split down the line, because obviously I've got to store the stuff and all those different things. But at the end of each month, so at the start of each month actually, for the prior month, I basically send a report. Now this is for one of my customers. Obviously I'm not going to give details and names and things like that, but the report gives the breakdown sold, you know, how much we sold it for, the sale prices, the postage to customers, the cost of good obviously was zero in this case, eBay fees, the postage costs, other costs. Sometimes we do repairs, or sometimes there's other things that we do to uplift the amount of return we get, and then it gives the profit, and then it gives the split. So basically that's how much they have to invoice me for. It has a breakdown of some of the stats and things around it as well, which is really encouraging to be able to see. And then I have a financial year report that I provide for my long-term customers that gives what the breakdown looks like, how that's trended over a month. I don't think I've got it here because, let's see if I've got something here. Yeah, I've got a little bit of something I can show. So let's see. Yeah, so like when I round it up to like a total of since beginning, you know, this could be an example of something here. This is like entirety of how many orders we've done together, and how much money we've made together and things like that. So that provides that value to them, and I've got running reports that kind of shows how that looks like and things like that. So really exciting way of being able to share it, and you know, breaking it down to what sells and the different categories and things like that. So that's been really key to provide the service to my customers, because then they know what they're getting, what sells, what else they should focus on and things like that. Now, this elaborate detail isn't required for all my consignees, but for some of the bigger ones that I work with, super important, because you know, they're corporate or they're businesses themselves, so they want to know that information. So I've just written up one. I'm about to send it off. I send out the PDF, a request for invoicing and things like that. So that's what I'm doing right now. All right, been doing some admin work also. So we've actually we're about to launch our ProListAssist website, and we've been doing a bit of testing with some new customers and existing customers, and had a bit of an onboarding issue this morning with one of the new customers. So just been doing a little bit of troubleshooting for that one. Always exciting doing these kind of things, because you have to learn new things, and when you learn new things, you grow, and yeah, it's all part of the learning experience. But more information on that a little bit later. But it's, you know, what I've started to realize is that it's interesting being able to understand that as you grow, your capacity to be able to do more changes. So for instance, yeah, I'm probably work a little bit more than what I previously did in terms of actual time on feet. But we get more done, and if anything, I'm actually able to do a lot more in that time because I know how to do things quicker, or I've got more things on my plate. So for instance, yeah, I run this business, but I've also got the listing business. I've also got a few other little side hustles that working on in the background, and my capacity is able to continue to be completely full, but I'm still getting, if not the same, but more done. And that's why it's really important that when you start to get comfortable, when you get complacent, and when you realize that you're just in rinse and repeat mode, that's the time that you know that you have bandwidth to be able to take on more things. Things that were problems or that were big issues become less of a priority. Therefore, they just become, just usual things that you do. However, it is key to make sure that you put in processes in place that enable you to be able to make sure that those things are still ticking over and running. Otherwise, you just create more. You're just kicking things down the bucket to create more chaos later when things break. So, yeah, just thought I'd share that just on my heart right now. All right, team, I've just finished doing all my admins. I've just set up over here and about to start doing all this. I'm just going to do a quick little pick of all the packages just so they're ready to go. But then my priority is actually to do photos first, and then I'll do pick, pack, and post. Well, sorry, I'll actually post the pics after, once I've done all the high priority stuff. But I just wanted to give you guys a bit of an overview of where we're at. We're at 85,402, so we're continuing to drop. And I've only got 11 orders to go out, so it's pretty quiet, but it is what it is. So I'm going to pull this stuff out now, and then we'll get cracking. Not too much to go out, really. I mean, if I have a quick little look, it looks like it's going to be just mainly clothes, I think. Yeah, just clothes. Oh, there is a DVD set, actually. Otherwise, and some Mondo times. Do you guys remember Mondo? And actually these ones have sold, which are pretty cool. Some big dictionaries. They've gone for $109. All right, let's get it all out. All right, so this is what we've got. We've got some really nice colorway shirts going out, actually. Some Wrangler, we've got some Levi's, more Wrangler actually. Nice little Harry Potter bundle, and these big Oxford dictionaries. Not too bad. All right, I'm going to put these over here, and then we're going to go do some listings. And for those last week that saw me use this trolley and it fell over, this is not the trolley I will be using long term. This is just as a workaround. I'm getting another trolley, but it's not here yet. So this will not be it because it's horrible to use. Usually I use that for the electronics and sorting, but anyway, let's get cracking on over this. All right, folks, it is now 1 o'clock. I've finished all the phones and electronics. I've done all that. I actually had my brother here for a good hour, and we're chatting, so he had to drop off some stuff. So got a little bit distracted there, but that's always good. That's the benefit of working for yourself, right? I'm going to now actually put a whole bunch of other stuff on charge. While that happens, I'm going to do the postage. We did have a couple more sales come through, which is great, so I'll get those out too. And I'm going to get these photos uploading as well, because I want to get these phones and things sold ASAP. And then once we've done all that, we'll get back to doing some more photos. I might also do some Lego and a few other little things as well, just to, again, we need to just sell some stuff. All right, let's get this all set up. All right, just remember, we do have the little coffee machine, so we're gonna have a cheeky little coffee. Let's see if we can get this set up so I can show you. It's not high enough. I don't have a good angle. Hang on. And also, last week I realized how loud those fans are, so now I'm going to talk a little bit louder when they're running. I didn't realize. I do apologize. Let's see what we can do here. That's going to have to do. All right, we're going to have a little coffee. Just clear this one out. Finish setting up. It's got a little green button that's flashing at the moment, so we're just waiting for that to finish. All right, now it's done it. Put this in. As you can see, we do a little. Whoop. All right, and then I don't know how well you can see this. Probably not that well. Then apparently we just press this bad boy. And then what I do is you can actually add a little bit more. So just press this again. cheeky little coffee. And to go with it, we do actually have some teddy bear bickies, which I actually need to put in my cookie jar, but give me a second. All right, let's do some work. All right, folks, I've just been doing some photos of Lego. I've been doing that in the office just because it's just a better, cleaner layout. Got a couple more things almost finished charging, got a couple of iPods, some more iPads. Once that's done, I'll do those bundles. Then I think we're going to move on to these cameras because they're just quick wins. There's a couple of hi-fi things in there as well. They're a different bundle, and these are, there was a couple more in here, but I'm going to wait till I've got a few more. There is some Samsung I might do. A whole bunch in there as well. I do need to start sorting through all of this as well, and work out what's going to be the best sense to do those. The other thing that I'm just thinking about while doing all this is, how is this workflow even going to look like? At the moment, obviously things are just in pieces, but in the longer run, this will be a workstation. So having, you know, all the testing cables, having some screen set up, because I've still got a whole bunch of consoles that I need to do as well in here. So I want to have that set up so we're able to just kind of, yeah, run with that, and get through it quite easily. But, you know, still got a little, I can't really set that up until I've got the final desk there, and I don't think that's arriving till, it might not be till next week, so that's a little bit unfortunate. While they're charging, I am also doing a few other things in here. These are consignment pieces that I need to get to, so I'm gonna get on those different vans as well. Let's do it. Actually, also, if anyone is looking or a collector of Sydney 2000, can't remember which team this is. I've mentioned it before. This is still for sale. I keep forgetting to advertise it. If you know anyone, let me know. Things are always changing in real time. So I've just had a phone call. Looks like I'll be getting a delivery here on Friday of starting off some of the electronic stuff that's coming. So I'm gonna just quickly shuffle a few things. I'm not actually here tomorrow, Wednesday. We've got Backpack Vic Kids, but we've got a full day toy fair event, so I'm not actually here. So I'm just doing a little bit of shuffling now just to get ahead. I'm gonna shuffle this a little bit just because I wanna make sure we've got enough space to be able to process things down the line. I might move a few things over here, chuck them over there, and making sure there's plenty of table space for sorting. Of course, we are gonna have all this space, but I'm not really gonna know how things will work until we've kind of started doing it. But some of this other stuff I'm just getting out of the way because it just doesn't need to be here at this point. So that's what I'm doing. So one of the most important things that's gonna need to happen here is, it's a bit hard because I'm not sure of volumes that's gonna be coming through, and we'll be testing this. That's why we're doing that 3-month test. And by the way, the walkie stacker got picked up. Yeah, I'm getting my one on Thursday, I think. Is in here is I think I'm gonna need to have like a whole bunch of different bins, because it's gonna be like electronics that come through, it's gonna be media that comes through, and electronics could be anything from smartphones to old phones. We're gonna have cameras, we might have laptops, we might have iPads, and probably things in between. So I kind of need to, all of this space needs to be able to build a depository of sorts, or tubs, or sections of different devices, because ideally you want to sort it once, you don't want to sort it twice. Like, there's no point me getting phones and putting phones in one big tub to then sort those tubs again into more tubs. Ideally, if you're going to sort phones, you want to sort them into the different components. What I'm actually thinking is what might make sense for the phones is something along the lines of actually leveraging this. That might give me the power to be able to just have slide outs of different like medias, such as whether it's a brand or whether it's a type, knowing that they're the ones that I'm going to be bundling up, or the conditions. Now the problem is there is still going to be that testing phase of, you know, are they working, are they not, and all that kind of things. But that's one thing. Then there's going to be remotes, then there'll probably be VCRs, DVD players, all those kind of things as well. So it's going to be a bit of a testing process. These all need to get turned into tables with wheels, which I don't have yet. And there's going to be a workbench here that will be where I actually do the photography. So the way I see it happening is it might actually need to start from here. And as it gets processed, sorted, that all happens in this area, and then it moves its way to here. Here it's kind of staging, and this will probably actually need to move down to these ones, I think, because all of this is going to move down one anyway. Like this photo booth is going to be here, and there's going to be another photo booth there, which means the clothing assortment is going to be happening this side, and it's going to be kind of like when the clothes get sorted, it's either going back out for washing or it's going down this way to be actually photographed. And then this is what's going to happen for the non-clothing, the electronics mainly. But of course I've got Lego and other bits and bobs, which I'm thinking some of the Lego and things, or non-clothing, such as whatever, some of the Lego and stuff I think will happen in here maybe, just because of the ambience. Whereas things such as shoes and all that needs to happen out here as well. So there's kind of have to be like two kind of workbenches of the stuff that needs to have tested and the stuff that just needs to be processed and photoed. So, I mean, Carl and I did kind of do a bit of a plan on all this, but you know, the more, until I see things, it's really hard to gauge of what I need. And the other thing I'm thinking is maybe I need some shelving and racking here, so that I can kind of put things up. We'll get them out of the way. So I think this thing's going to be really key for it, actually, to be able to put tubs in and pull out, put stuff in it. Yeah, so anyway, it's going to be a bit of a work in progress, but that's kind of what's going in my head. I'm going to take a photo of this and take this away with me, because I'm not here tomorrow, but I need to do some planning. Thursday, I'll probably actually do a bit more of a shuffle here. And I think the delivery is on Friday. It isn't the real big one that I'm expecting, but it's going to be a subset of it. So look, I could be overthinking this, but yeah, I still need to do all of this as well. So we have a lot of things that needs to happen. And at the moment, my time is kind of like getting squeezed to different things. But I'm so glad we were able to get a whole bunch of electronics done today. We didn't get to the cameras. I didn't get to some of the other stuff in there just because things happen. They fly, they change so quickly. And that's one thing which I'm realizing why, you know, I need more people to help me grow the business, is because, yeah, it's cool that I can jump between different things, but it's just not productive. When I've got people doing the clothing, that's great. I don't have to think about it. But for this other stuff, it's just going to take a little bit to get things, I guess, in cycle, in flow. So that's me. It is 4:15 at the moment, so I'm about to pack up and get out of here. I've got to go see my postie and do some shopping. And then tonight's actually nacho night, so yeah, well, it wasn't too bad of a day. But we've got a lot of work that we need to do here to get this right, and still lots of things to happen over there, so just I'm okay. I'm really just thinking out loud, and then how we're going to leverage this space. So the idea was, this is meant to be outbound, and now what outbound's going to look like is there'll be things full of media and stuff that needs to go out, whether it's pallets or whatever. But you know, like, I'm actually thinking some of that might need to go here, and I don't know, I need to really do a bit of thinking. All of this needs to be processed. Some of this has got clothes in it and things which need to go to get out of here as well, but that's for another day. Jeez. Yeah, I need to have a good think. I'm going to take some photos. I'll probably chat to Carla about this afternoon, actually. She's the one that helps me get through and process all these different things. Let me know the feedback of the volume of all this, because I've realized that fan is super loud. So I'm talking a bit louder, but it's not practical in the long run. Maybe I need to get a little microphone. I don't know. Anyway, once summer's done, it won't even be that bad. So, and then we still, just to keep everyone on their toes, we still have all of this to process as well. Not in terms of like photo and list, but just find it at home and all that. So many things to do. Yeah, just one day at a time. We're getting some good process in terms of listings. I've got a draft bank again. John, my lister, is finally caught up to, oh sorry, it's not even his fault, it's our fault. We've finally got some stuff up there, so he's playing catch up and getting as many listings up as possible so that we can get back to some sense of a groove. We have had a few more sales today. We're actually, which is much needed, of course. We're actually sitting on, I am finding that people are just Yeah, so my ASP is down. It's $35. Usually it's about $45. We have had 15 sales today, so it's not too bad. And it's 4 o'clock, so hopefully we'll have a few more for the rest of the evening. We should get back up to $1,000 today. That's what we need to be doing. It's just so many expenses. Anyway, this is my problem to solve. I'm out of here, folks. I won't see you tomorrow. I am going to go for a thrift, I think, though. And after my appointments, I might be next to a thrift shop, so I might do a quick little trip for you guys. But if that comes out, you would have seen it already. Otherwise, I'll see you Thursday. We'll be back here doing it all again. For you, it's only going to be a second. For me, it's going to be 24, 48 hours. Ciao. Oh, all right, folks. It is the next day now. Hopefully, I fixed the lighting issue. Last time there was all the flickering. I hadn't changed the settings on my GoPro. Hopefully that's all fixed. I do apologize if it isn't. All right, today is Thursday. Whew, just got in. It is 7 a.m. I dropped Carla off at the station. Yesterday I was at an event with Backpack Fit Kids. I actually was a little bit under the weather. Just really was not feeling it yesterday. But we charged through. It just I don't know if I was just. I actually woke up with a pretty bad blood nose, so I don't know if that did it for me. But anyway, we survived. We got through. Today. What's on my mind? There's lots on my mind. I'm meant to be getting my walkie stacker delivered today. We also have been given a whole bunch of desks and workstations. I've got to pick them up today. I need to get into more of this stuff today as well. Lots of things today. We've got all these Macs as well that I really want to process. I've got my photographer in today. They'll be doing clothing. Actually, I've got to just remembered I've got to put the phones on charge. I'll do that right now. So yeah, lots of things happening. Sales have been somewhat okay, somewhat not okay. Like we listed all those iPhones and iPads and Samsungs yesterday. Tuesday night I listed them, and all of them sold to one customer for it was $810, I think it was. Or maybe it was $790. Anyway, all gone. One customer. Really grateful for that. So that's a huge win. And yeah, so that was obviously exactly what I wanted to get that done for, because well, I wanted the cash flow, and that worked out fine. And then otherwise I've been having a few multi-quantity sales, a few people picking up, and I do have some questions that a few people have been asking me that I want to get on top of this morning, so I'll do that in a minute. I'm just going to get set up, and then we can have a bit of a banter. I did do a cheeky little thrift yesterday, so I'm going to go through all that as well. That will be in for the thrift video. But otherwise, yeah, let's get cracking. Still got to have that come certified. I haven't heard back. I think it's today or tomorrow. And I've also got to try and get some of this stuff out for my photographer to start doing. And my second photographer I believe is back, I think next week. So we've got to get this. There's so many things. Just it never ends. Anyway, team, I'm going to get set up and I'll be back with you in a moment. All right, I'm going to just answer a couple little questions that came through last week. Also, nice little cheeky St. Ellie coffee. So I had so many comments come through last week, which I'm super grateful for. There's a whole bunch that had a whole bunch of questions. So I'm just going to smash through these right now. There's still a few people that I haven't actually gotten back to. So I do apologize if I've been getting back to you a little bit slow. What is that? Jeez. All right, let's have a look. All right, so let's answer these questions. We've got the first one. I'll chuck it up on screen as well. Good questions from all these folks. And if you don't ask, I can't answer. So this is from Loopy33. Is there a way to utilize the space above the office? So I actually should have put this in my frequently asked questions. So he's talking about up here. At the moment, no, it's not, because there isn't any load-bearing structure up there, meaning for safety. I can't store up there, I can't build on there. However, if I want to, I can pay to have that changed, and I can do that. I think that will be a short term. I don't need it. I've got the office space, I've got plenty of space. But I think longer term, as we start to figure out what we're doing here, as the team grows, all those different things, it will come to a time where, okay, do we need to add more pallet racking? Do I need to add space up there? Ideally, I think what we would likely add up there is more of a mezzanine storage. So I'd have to put obviously some way of getting up there safety. There'd have to be rails, and then use it as a place of storage of additional things. It is a bit of a waste of space at this point, but yeah, definitely something that we can leverage. I just can't leverage it now, and I don't need to, because it probably costs between 5 and 10 grand to do that. So yeah, that's definitely an investment down the line. The next question that came through was, hi Chris, now that you've made the move in hindsight, is there anything you would have done differently if you had to move again? Thank you for the question. Look, I think we did pretty well. Maybe there could have been, one thing I actually forgot to do was, well, I didn't forget. I was going to label every box from 1 to like 746, but I ran the math on even if it took 3 seconds to do that, it was going to take like 45 minutes to get done. So we didn't really have the luxury of time. I think if I was doing it again, making sure I have the truck for the whole time, because I didn't have to do as many trips if I had the truck. But otherwise, I mean, things were pretty good. Like, we didn't overcomplicate it. There's obviously still a lot of things to unpack. Like, it's still all this, we're still getting all this sorted, but you know, like it wasn't really that bad, and we didn't really have things go missing. Like, there was one item that was missing, but I think that was potentially missing before we moved. So yeah, no, it was pretty good. I think, yeah, just having the moving truck the whole time. A few people did say, why don't I pay other people to do it for me? I just wanted to be on top of things, that's all. So potentially, if we were double the size, yeah, we would probably need more people. But yeah, I think that's really the main lesson there. And then the final question that came from Kathy, good looking warehouse, where to go, etc., etc. Thank you. Question, when you get the time, what are your favorite best methods for selling multiple listings, one order? I need to work on this. So the way I look at this is, it comes down to the value proposition that you're giving to your customers. Now, if you're a bookseller, I would highly recommend you go check out Grumpy Granny's variation listing video. She's got a really good video there of how to set up variation listings. Because if you're a bookseller, you might have one author and you might be selling 20 of their books. That's a really great way to increase the order cart size. For me, being clothing, it's a very similar process. It's not variations, but people can come through and they want to grab a couple of shirts. So obviously you want to have stock that is likely to want to be purchased at the same time. So when we listed 450 Ralph Lauren, like, I had people buying up to 14 pieces at a time, because they might have been collectors, there might have been people that are, buying for themselves or their friends, or there may be their other resellers as well. So, that really enticed them. I listed 75 kilos of Harley. I had one person come through, purchase 5 pieces of Harley. Again, maybe a collector, maybe someone that on-sells them, or they like to wear them. But then I've got people that come through and they might buy a pair of shorts, they might buy a pair of pants and a shirt, and they buy a whole outfit. So you got to have things in there. But that's one part. That's in terms of the product. The second thing you've got to consider is, what's the price value point for them? So if they buy multiple items, do they get a discount? Do they get a combined postage? So setting up combined postage rules, and also setting up the ability for, if they buy more, they get a discount. So for instance, when my customers come through, if they purchase 2 items, they get a discount. If they purchase 3, they get a discount. If they purchase 5 or more, they get a discount. If they purchase 10 or more, they get a bigger discount. So that kind of upsells them. A lot of people don't realize that benefit, but when people do, they usually leverage it really, really well. So, and send out your email campaigns from your store. If you have a store, send that out. Tell people, make sure they know what you have on offer and the opportunities that they can use to buy and get better value for themselves. Yeah, that's probably the approach there. Great question, folks. If you've got any more, chuck them down below. All right, the first thing I'm going to pick off. The first thing that I'm going to kick off with is actually just start getting some orders out, because I wasn't here yesterday. There's quite a lot, and start getting them all out here. I also just need to have a think about of all the different things that I need to do. There's so many things. I need to just really take a moment to think about it. So we're on 85,655. We've got 26 orders. It's probably about 35 items, everything ranging from clothes to the electronics. We're going to do this now, get a few goodies out, and yeah, I need to have a bit of a think. So I'm going to use this time to think a bit and work on, yeah, what's the priority stuff today, because at the moment I feel like I'm stretched in 5 different ways, and it comes down to a priority list, and usually I come a little bit more prepared, but I haven't had the time to sit down and actually go through it. So I need to just yeah, spend a little time to do that, get myself prepped up for it, because there's so many things that I want to do versus there's so many things that I need to do versus there's so many things within those categories that, you know, it's working out which is the priority first. Obviously need is over want, but then there's a whole bunch that I need to do. So, you know, does it give me a domino effect if I do one in a certain way, or is it more of like I just got to tackle the, you know, eat that frog first kind of situation? So let's pick some orders. All right, we've got all of this going out. So 2 boxes there, a couple of little bits and bobs here, some R.M. Williams, and all of that has sold. That goes to one customer. That's going to be quite the heavy bunch. All right, that's done. And now I'm just continuing to have a little think through. It is all very overwhelming. I know that I've got someone wanting to buy all my Samsung tablets for parts, so I've got to process them today. As I said earlier, I've got someone wanting to buy my MacBooks, so I need to process them today. And then I've got a few more Samsung phones as well. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling overwhelmed. Overwhelmed with joy because I've got too many things to do. That's right, we're all good. It's the nature of the beast. Here I am just walking around in circles. You're thinking, what is this guy doing? That's what I'm figuring out. I can tackle doing the postage, but it probably doesn't really make sense to do it just yet because I really need to get through these things. So I'm gonna start to work through these. One thing actually, and there's already someone that I'm talking to that potentially might have an opportunity to help me out. But in my last video regarding frequently asked questions of the warehouse, I'm going to be hiring again, and I've been weighing up around, you know, where does my time get taken up the most? And it is the postage, anywhere between 1 to 3 hours a day, depending on what day it is. So that will be the next thing that I outsource, get someone else doing, because while that's happening, you know, even if I'm paying, it'll be somewhere between $30 and $120 to do my postage, I'm over here doing other things that potentially, if I spend the same amount of time, I can probably generate, you know, $700 to $1,500 worth of listings. So, you know, you got to weigh it up, right? You really got to weigh it up. So I think that's the next move. These are all the things that are also going on in my head. So being able to separate working in the business and working on the business, usually I do it all through the evenings, working on the business. But my goal is to get out of doing so many in the business things so I can sit at an office desk, do some planning, work out next steps, and then we come together as a team and we execute. But it's just going to take a little bit of time. Also just realized I got my washing coming back today as well. We're not sending any more out at the moment. We've got plenty now. But yeah, so many things going on. Also just had a question from someone of how did I score this thing and how did I score the Australia Post bags? Well, the bags, if you just go into your Australia Post and ask them, if you're a regular customer, they'll give it to you because you're going to be coming with them full, so they don't have to really do too much work. Most of the time, they don't pay, I don't get charged for it or anything. They give me 2-3 a week kind of thing. This thing, I actually had someone make it for me, so that's how I scored that. Yeah, great question, Megan, great question. I actually had one more question from Bygone Thrifter, and he's asked, what will you be doing with the office area? So the office area short term is, I mean, it will be a little bit of extra storage for some things, but I want to have my own desk in there. It'll be a place where if people need to come do some work or whatever, Carla will be working from there as well. But I think longer term, there are a few little opportunities that I can leverage that space for, but I'm not really putting it to, I'm not focusing on the office space as a front end at this point. I want to make sure that the back end of the business, in terms of how we operate the machine of the process, maybe a little bit of wholesale, that's the priority. Then the office will become probably where I'm working from. I do want to do a little bit of podcasting and work there, so I can take, like I was saying before, I want to do more of working on the business here than working in the business, and so I don't have to do that at home, and yeah, leverage it for that space, but more on that to come. All right, team, just been doing these laptops. This one's currently actually stuck, so I'm just waiting for it, but we're making some good progress. Laundry's about to arrive, so we're going to go process that. All right, folks, just quickly nicked out, and I got these 2 free benches. This big one, I'm going to get some casters on them, and then got this big one as well, which will be another workbench, and that will be, I think these will end up going in this section here somehow, but it's good. Now I'm getting the bits and bobs that I need to be able to make progress, but we're just going to put casters on them before I set them up, because they are very, very heavy. And it makes no sense to have them without wheels, because if we're going to do stuff, we need casters. So, and a couple more things coming too. All right, folks, just processing some orders, and this is what the one customer has purchased. All of these iPads, phones, all of this. Just, it's probably close to 30 kilos worth of it. It's all parts. They are another business customer, so they buy it, they fix them up, and then they resell them. So probably our top spending customer, I think. Yeah, really happy with this. This is what we want. All right, folks, postage is done. We did have a big sale just come through. We've got this big Duplo Lego going out, which I've had for a while, and old mate, you know this one. Thank you, sir. That has gone. It's actually gone international, surprisingly. $534. So nice little cash flow win for the moment. But now to get it packed up. All right, folks, it's all been happening. So didn't get to be able to finish packing this one because the box was too big to go international. So I've got to get a box, one of my own Lego boxes from home. It's been a while. It's been probably an hour since I last filmed. We did finish all the laptops, tested them all. Some of them not working at all. Some of them will be pretty good devices for some other businesses to fix and repair and sell. Started shuffling things again over here and just getting this set up for tomorrow, because I do have more electronics coming in tomorrow. So just getting a bit of a system in place to be able to sort. We'll trial it, see how it goes, and yeah, so now we're going to do all of these, these, and then if we've still got time, those. All right, folks, it's been a bit. I just had one of my mates drop up a whole bunch of stuff. Nice little strap system. He'll show me how to use it. We've got some more clothes. Yep, not too bad. And I started getting prepped for the electronics tomorrow. This is putting them all into, so I've already started to separate it just to see if it works. There's still a few more compartments which I might have to switch around, but it's going to save us a lot of time. And of course, we've got the workbenches, which eventually will go in here as well. So we are making progress. The pallet racking isn't set up yet in terms of inspection. They're either coming tomorrow or next week. So yeah, anyway, I've got to pack up and get out of here and be back here tomorrow and do it all again. Yeah, on a few toys as well. Folks, welcome to Friday. We've got the boss with us today. She'll be running the joint today. Not really. She is here for a bit and then she's got an appointment later. Yeah, we're just going to have some coffee and breakfast, and I've got to get ready for the e-waste stuff that's coming through today and a whole bunch of other stuff. So it's going to be pretty fast tracked this morning, and then we'll catch you up for the rest of the day once I've got 5 minutes. So yeah, it's gonna be a big day. Lots of things happening. Got the walkie stacker coming. Hopefully getting this certified today. It might not happen till Tuesday though. So lots of things to happen, lots of things to pack, but we'll take you through that shortly. All right, so had a pickup last night. Got some more clothes that have come through. Got to sort all this hopefully today at some stage. Do have the drop off of all that, as I was just saying before, a whole bunch of the e-waste and stuff coming today as well. That's what we were setting that up for. This stuff I got yesterday, which I kind of mentioned, I've got to sort that today. This is from consignment. And then yesterday when I was trying to pack this big Lego piece, I made a Frankenstein box because it's out by about 3 centimeters to go for the legal requirement to go international. So I thought this box was going to be perfect. This box is perfect in terms of keeping it protected, but it's still too big. So I need a very fine-tuned box that's going to keep it protected, but at the same time, you know, yeah, not overly big. So I'm probably going to have to re-Frankenstein this one, I think, to make it work, which is a little bit frustrating because it's a bit of a time investment, but I think that's the only way. So then we've got that happening, and I think today's going to be a pretty busy day all round. But once all that stuff gets here, I'll show you what we've got and share what that looks like. I don't think it's going to be the big process that we're kicking off today, but probably just a bit of a starting point. So yeah, it's all happening. Folks, me again. Just actually had to nick out to go get something, but I just wanted to kind of just reflect, and I'll probably talk a bit about this later as well, but you know, this week I'm feeling probably a little flat. Not flat in a bad way in the sense of like, you know, I'm just not happy or something. It's just that I feel like the last couple of weeks have caught up to me, and now I'm feeling it. And it's also been the juggling of obviously been running off adrenaline, and now we're actually moved in, so it's kind of like there's no longer this sense of urgency, while at the same time I've got this want and focus to be able to just get executing. And then I've got a level of frustration of like, yeah, we're set up, but I'm not actually in the position of where I'm happy, because in the sense of how we're set up, because I'm still waiting on a few things to be signed off. I'm still waiting on benches to come, and so that we can actually start to then uplift all our existing processes. So we've got all our processes at the moment. We have a machine that works, but there is a whole bunch of extra oil that I can add on top of this machine that's going to enable us to thrive, because I'm still having to shuffle things. I'm still having to do all that. So that is causing me a little bit of frustration. But then, because I can't do those things, there's all these other stuff that I have to do or need to do, and there's just so many of them. So and I spoke about it a bit yesterday, that it is a little bit overwhelming. So I've had to just take some time to really just think, lay out some steps of next steps and all those different things, because yeah, there's just so much going on, and these are all good problems. Don't get me wrong; they're all very, very, very good problems. But I'm in new waters. I'm in deeper water than I've been in before. I'm not gonna lie, I do have in the back of my mind a little bit of concern with the amount of expenses coming in, which I knew was going to be like this for the first couple of months, right? But it still hurts, right? You know, I'm getting my inspection done for my pallet racking. That it costs ridiculous amounts of money just to have someone come out and certify it, which, I mean, it has to be done. It's a legal requirement, but like, just little bits and bobs, and this is all part of that learning process. I mean, whether I spend it now or later, it's going to have to happen. Can I afford it right now? Well, not really. So there is this heightened, I'm feeling quite aware of all these things coming in, and working extra hard and thinking extra hard of how do we elevate some sales, some revenue, and of course sales have not been the best. However, we have started to creep back up again. So there's lots of those things on my mind at the moment. So just sharing that back to you guys. Like, I know in the last few episodes, a few people have said, make sure you're looking after yourself. Hope you're doing okay. Please don't burn out. I'm okay. I'm not burnt out. Did have a little bit of a touch and go kind of moment this week, but I'm feeling great today. I did rest a bit last night. I'll be resting this weekend. So I'm okay. I'm just sharing you, this is part of it. And if you're taking big steps and, you know, stepping out of your comfort zones, you're going to feel this as well. You're going to have adrenaline, you're going to be a bit overwhelmed, there's probably going to be a little bit of stress in there too, but you've got this, right? You just move forward, take the step of action that's required, and you walk forward, right? And you can do it. I can do it. I'm talking to myself here. You've got this. So just wanted to share that as a little bit of a 360 kind of experience of what I'm feeling, but hopefully that can encourage you as well. So anyway, I'll be back soon. Folks, it's all been happening here. We just got all of this. This is a whole bunch of stuff. We've got all of that, all of that. This is all just DVD players, combos, these laptops, everything in here, and then all of that, which is all actually clothing. I'm still waiting for the walkie stacker, but I've started to put things on pallets just so we've got the space. I'm going to do a pick, pack and post now. Take you through what we've actually got. Whew, it's hot. It's really hot. Had a couple of sales this morning actually. So we have a total of 17 sales. We're at 86,400, so we're slowly going back up again. Sold a few video game stuff and mainly just clothes. And I've got to pack this Lego as well, so let's get picking, packing and posting. The fan going. I managed to pack that Lego. It's now in this box, got it down to the measurements required. Hopefully that's gonna get there safe. We did sell this Harley Davidson jacket. We've got a few other little bits of bobs here. We've got some video games, some Lego, a little dinky matchbox, and then just lots of clothes, so not too bad. All right, postage is all done. I'm going to sort some clothes. Got to sort all of this, and then I'm going to get on to that over there as well. Plenty to do, and I think the walkie stacker is about to arrive. Oh no, it's a different truck. But I am waiting for the walkie stacker, so want that so I can move some things around, but timing. Anyway, let's get to it. I'm feeling, it's hot, I'm tired, I'm just feeling a bit out of it. I'm just keen for the weekend. Actually, it's a long weekend. I'm gonna take some rest. I was thinking about coming here, but probably should just rest. Oh, walkie stacker. The walkie stacker is arriving. All right, it has been delivered. I've just finished sorting all this. Some pretty cool stuff in here, actually. Bit of Levi's, bit of Nike, Wrangler, a few other bits and bobs. Nothing too crazy. We do have the walkie stacker now, so that's all good. Now I can just quickly shuffle some things around and continue on for the day. It's what's the time? It is already. It's 2 o'clock, so it's a bit of a slow-moving day. So I'm just going to basically spend the rest of the day just shuffling, prepping, sorting, getting ahead. I'll probably sort phones and things like that. That's really where I'm going to prioritize my time, just so I've got plenty of stuff ready to go for next week. That's, I think, will be the best use of my time, and get bundles ready so that way I can come in and just execute. Yeah, I know I said I was feeling pretty good, but I'm feeling a little iffy now, a little bit under the weather again, so definitely don't want to overdo it. All right, let's continue on. All right, just shuffled a few things around. Now I've got a bit of space here. I'm going to put all of this into here, test out the new process. I need to charge you as well. You're running out of batteries, so I'll show you this, and then we'll come back, and then you can have a look again. This is what we've done. All right, so we've done, that's e-waste, that's remotes. Got all the laptops, we've got a little radio in here. These are all the cameras. There's a couple there from before. All the VCRs, which you saw before, that stuff's nothing special. All the tablets are back chockers. We've got plenty of laptops, mainly Apple, that are worth keeping. The other laptops look like to be all scrap. We did get a fair few iPhones and Samsung. A lot of these were already full. Google we topped up on. Other than that, it's mainly just these two. There's a few iPods as well. A few Nokias, a bit more of the vintage stuff, but lots of iPads, which is pretty good. So happy with that, making some good progress. Now just gonna reshuffle things again. What I do need to do is start to go through all of this stuff. So this stuff's kind of like low end. There's a few things that I've already pulled out that I managed to salvage of potential, opportunity. We might get into that, but I'm probably going to actually process this clothing first, just because I've got someone pending on me to get back to them. Probably do this first, see how we go for time, and then we can press on to the other stuff. Happy with this. This will then need to be sorted again, of course, but it just means that if I want to do Apple phones, I can just take out the Apple, take it straight over there, and get cracking. Which I'll probably get some stuff out ready to go for next week. It's not what I want, but this is the start of how the process could look. Whew, it's hot. I keep forgetting that the fan's going, so I do apologize if I've had quiet talking. That's all sorted. There wasn't too much there. Really, there was a lot of kids' clothing, which doesn't usually do too well, so I am going to make an offer for all this. It was about 38 items, 8 of it which is standard stuff, which I'll offer $5 for, and then there was about 30 items which really I only want to pay about $1 for, because the best way to sell kids clothing is usually bundling it up. So usually 5 items should get me the same amount of price, so it's like a 5-to-1 ratio compared to other things. So that's the plan I'm going to go with. I'll offer him some money. I'm going to now quickly get out a few more things ready for the next day I'm here. I might come on Monday, but probably won't. Probably just take the day off and get a few other things out ready to photo as well. I might even take a few photos quickly. We've got a nice little lineup of goodies here. We've got some of these guys are, I mean, they don't all go really well, but some of them do really good. We've got some Olympic stuff, McDonald's toys, yawning, a couple of vintage doll stuff. We've got some cool little figures and whatnot. Nothing crazy. This is interesting. We do have a couple of old things here as well. Nice little old camera, nice little Walkman. Might test that one. That might actually work. And we did have a little DS here too. Oh, no game, no, it's just a modded, it's a modded one, R4. And that, so, nice little finds there. I have been looking through some of this media stuff that we got, just surface level things, and there's a whole bunch of sealed stuff. Got some old Bob Marley. Again, nothing crazy in here, but this is just the start, and it's stuff I'll have to do next week. But it's just nice to have a nice little glimpse to see what opportunities are there. So yeah, all right, I'm going to do some of this. All right, team, that is a wrap. I just did a whole tub of goodies, which is going to be a nice little win for me. That's a wrap for me. I did actually go through a couple more things. I couldn't have myself. There's nothing crazy in there. I was just starting to look. So that's a wrap for me. This has been an interesting week. I'm going to do a bit of a recap on the way home. Well, actually, I'm not going home. I've got to go pick Carla up, and then we're going out for dinner. But interesting week. I'll take you all through it on the way to pick up Carla and just kind of recap and think through all the things that are going through my mind and share back to you. But we've made some great progress, but at the same time, there's so many things that needs to happen before I'm going to be fully content. And don't get me wrong. Like, you know, I'm very, very happy with where we're at. There's just a lot of things that I know that we need to do to get all this working in the way that it needs to be working for us to be fully productive. You know, we're just basically doing the same amount of before we left. But once we get all this set up and have things coming in, from what we've been working on the numbers, I should be processing, it's probably going to be about, I know it sounds wild, but we worked out it would probably be about 100 kilos of media a week. And I think they said that they process anywhere between 1.5 to 2 ton of media every 6 months. That's what I'm taking over. So it will be interesting to see how that plays out. We've got the walkie stacker now. Once that gets done next week, if they call me, then we should be able to start putting things away, getting some good progress happening. And next week, I've also got the market as well. So there's always something. Anyway, I'm going to pack up, get out of here, and yeah, enjoy your long weekend, folks, if you're having one. We're back here next week doing it all again, but I'll give a recap on the way back. Ciao. All right, folks, that is a wrap of the week. And look, you know, it's been a bit of a roller coaster kind of a week. One, because this is like the first week where we haven't been like full on, like in terms of having to do so much. And then, whereas as I keep saying, I'm in this, I want to just go mode, but there's so many things I guess, stopping me being able to do that, which frustrates me, but I understand it's all part of the process. It will come. And then on the other side, we've got, we're a bit behind in listings and getting our photos up and stuff like that. But that's okay. There is time to get all that done as well. There's going to be plenty of time. But because I'm thinking about the now, that's where I get frustrated, is because, I don't want to be just doing below average now. I want to be automatically jumping in to, average or above. But sometimes that just doesn't go as planned. And that's the big lesson this week, is sometimes you just got to learn to just slow down, do what you got to do, because when you do those things, everything else just becomes a little bit easier. And I mean, really, that's what I'm trying to do, is set myself up for a better efficiency, a better productivity, a better success. But sometimes that can be a little hard when things take a little bit longer, or you get, delays, or, things like that. So that's really just where my headspace has been this week. I did want to say to everyone a big thank you for all those that have been watching the content, giving me the feedback about the longer videos and stuff. Maybe this week wasn't as exciting. I feel a bit flat from it. I definitely have come off the adrenaline rush of the move, but we're starting to get a few more things back into play. I'm excited for once we do get everything set up. Like, my workstations that I want to set up, I want to be able to set up so we can just plug and play. And what I mean by that is plugging in video game systems, plugging in those VCRs, plugging in and being able to charge the phones so much quicker. I've got to upgrade our charging stations, all those different things. There's lots yet to do, and it's still costing a bit of money to get all those things set up. But I think in the long run, it's going to enable us to thrive. Now, the next part of the business that I will be focusing on is business-to-business relationships. Now, if you are a eBay seller, if you're an eBay seller, or if you're a seller, if you sell on Facebook or whatever, if you're a business, if you sell things online to make a living, or if you sell things at markets or anything like that, I'll have some opportunities for people if they want to get involved and if it makes sense. I want to be potentially selling parts and pieces of things I sell, or I already have some business-to-business customers that I sell my phones to and things like that. I'm just getting a phone call. Let me get back to you. That was just Carla. We're just working out where I'm picking her up from. All right, so there will be some opportunities. I already have a lot of customers that I deal with on a regular basis for certain product, such as the iPhones and iPads and laptop. Some of the laptops. But if you're someone that dabbles in electronics, dabbles in media, dabbles in anything in between of those categories, there could be some opportunity for you. So there's some things that I'm happy to do, but in the short term, I'm probably just want to get things moving, because I just want to get a bit of extra cash flow at the moment. And ideally, in the longer run, I would love to be able to make up some pallets of untested, like DVD, VHS combo players, or DVD players, or Blu-ray players, all that kind of stuff. I think I'll be able to make up pallets of that probably once a month almost. And the idea there is that, if I've got a regular customer, we'll do a good deal, we'll work it out. That similar for CDs, for media, such as, DVDs, Blu-rays, all that kind of stuff. And really just give you guys the opportunity. Well, not you guys, it's just anyone really. It doesn't even have to be people that are reselling in this community. If I find someone locally, I'm going to jump on that opportunity. But that's currently what I'm looking for, and just to keep things flowing. Because my current focus and goal is for this business that I'm taking over as a managed service. One, I need to be doing it quicker and more efficient for them. And secondly is I want to make them some money. So, because at the moment they're not necessarily making money on that stuff. So really just trying to show them that there is that viable opportunity for them to have me continue to do the service. So that's the plan there. So if that sounds like something maybe you're interested in, sure. I am going to be getting clothing as well. I'll probably focus on the clothing. And don't get me wrong, like some of this I'm not going to really know how good it is going to be until I really get into the cracks of it. But all I'm saying is that opportunity will be coming, and I would love to be able to have people on a realistic, on an ongoing basis, and yeah, see if we can work some deals out. That aside, that's really what I'm working towards in the short term for that. And then as I get a better understanding of how that's going to look in terms of what I've got coming through, the volume and the sorting process and all that, I'll be able to see if there's other opportunities or things like that. So that's just full transparency there. I think I'll be starting to get the actual volume. Like the stuff I got today is probably like, maybe I'll probably get double that a week, maybe, give or take. So that's why we're still really at the early days of it. That aside, that's all on my mind. I'm stuck between, I want to go in and do work this weekend, being a long weekend, but I also want to take some rest. So probably be a bit of a juggling act. I'll probably take some time off. I might go in Monday and just try and get ahead, because I really do need to get ahead, and I'll have less people working for me next week because, well, it's a shorter week because of a long weekend. So we'll see what happens there. In terms of financials, the week, it has ramped up. We're averaging about $1,000 a day at the moment, so we're back where we should be. So we should land on about 7,000 for the week, hopefully, if things stay the way they are. And then in terms of the month, well, the months, we're still averaging $1,000 a day, and we're profiting about probably $300, $400 a day. So yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's about average. I've got a few extra expenses, so that's probably a bit lower, but there's a few extra stuff that I'll have to be able to sell this month that I didn't have last month. So that should get us over the line to hopefully on track to do about $30,000 for the month in revenue, and then profit will probably land. It's probably going to be a lower month again because I've had extra setup costs, so we'll probably land on probably 10% net. I think 10 to 15. We'll see. I'm being conservative. Anyway, that's me. Appreciate you all being here. Of course, it's early in the month anyway, and for those that have been participating in the secret word, I do appreciate you doing that. I'm going to spin a wheel, and here is the winner from last week. Make sure you get in contact with me if you did win. Congratulations. If you don't get in contact with me, I'm not even going to do anything. If you want to participate in for next week, basically I just give a $20 gift card. Then the word for next week, or this week, the word that you need to put in to the comments, you can be obvious as possible, or you can be real, neat and tricky. Some of you have been putting it into some nice sentences, so I do appreciate it. It's a lot of fun. The word is advantage. The word is advantage. And I do want to encourage you folks, if you got questions, if you want to know something, or if there's something that you would like me to show, now that we're almost set up, I'll have a bit more time to probably go through a few different things. So if there's things that you want to see, let me know, and I can work on getting that to you guys in the videos as well. Appreciate you all. Take it easy, look after yourselves, and we'll be back here next week doing it all again. Ciao.